Everyone has their favorite show, and a lot of the time it has nothing to do with the actual quality. It's just whatever you feel most connected to. Trigun is my definitive favorite anime. It has been since I was in 6th grade. It's likely to stay there forever, not because it's the best anime, but because it hits me somewhere in my heart. I've never wanted to make a video on it because I never really knew how to put it into words. Trigun was never a show I rewatched. Before recently, I had only watched the show twice, and once all the way through. A couple of weeks ago, I thought, hey, it's been a good about 7 years since I first watched the show. I've watched a shit ton of anime since then. Maybe I should reassess if this is my favorite anime. The answer is yes. I fucking love this show. Maybe it's because I like westerns and my favorite archetype is the wanderer. I started watching Kung Fu with David Carradine, and now I'm obsessed with it. But a lot of it has to do with the philosophy and conflict of the show. The main character in Trigun, Vash the Stampede, is a plant, that believes in life. He believes that no one has the right to take a life. Now, that's something I personally believe in. I've always told people I believe that no one should kill anyone regardless of what they've done. But that being said, if someone broke into my house, you better believe I'll be thwacking them with the sword my uncle gave me because he's a LARPing nerd. The show deals with the very serious question of how far should you go to save people's lives. The best example of this is Lost July. In one of the episodes, it's revealed that Vash destroyed an entire town without killing a single person, but the destruction was so bad that people had nowhere to live. They all starved and killed each other. If you've not seen the show, I highly recommend it. And if you're someone who only watches subs, I highly recommend watching the dub, because I think it's one of the few cases where the dub is just better. By the way, can I just go on a tangent? The background characters are right. Some of the shit they say is just, it cracks me up. Now, let's get into some more spoiler territory. I've been rewatching the show and I just finished the episode with the girl with the demon eye. That's irrelevant. What I want to talk about is fucking Legato. Even though the main villain of the series is Vash's brother Knives, Legato is the one that will leave more of an impact on the audience. Not only is Legato just fucking around, but he's seriously twisted. There's no doubt that if Vash didn't exist, Legato probably would have killed everyone on the planet by now. Legato is the only one to push Vash to kill. And kill he does. And can't remember where I heard this, and I can't put it in the right words to look it up. I have that problem all the time. But there was a philosopher that talked about how in order to be balanced human beings and live happy lives, our actions must match our beliefs. Otherwise, this creates uncertainty and instability. When Vash killed Legato, he broke the core of his belief system. He was left confused, lost, and broken. And I think that was the moment the show became more than a show to me. There have been plenty of characters that believe in no killing and end up killing a character, but I don't think I've ever seen a character's entire world fall to pieces like Vash did. This is a man who runs through an entire city shooting his gun to scare people out so they don't get killed by, whatever more powerful people are attacking. I need to start closing this video because I don't know what else to say. What I do have to say is something I find interesting. In just the second episode of the show, Meryl says to Vash, "You're the easily deceived type who cries himself to sleep every night." Now, while this is a joke so early on in the show, I think it's one of the most accurate statements of his character all the way through. I remember when I first finished Trigun, I was like, that's it? It's over? It was one of the first times I'd ever watched a show desperately wanting more episodes. Since then, I've had plenty of shows to fill that hole in my heart, and I actually love the way the show ends, even if it is rushed. Because anytime I think of what would happen if the show had continued on, I can't think of anything else. Like, what would the show need to do? I mean, it would probably ruin everything if we had an end to the episode with Vash indoctrinating Knives into his philosophy, or the alternative, Knives never learns anything. The ambitiousness of simply take care of Knives just leaves you with the prospect of Vash somehow alleviating the situation. I think it's one of those scenarios where anything you show would be wrong. What can I say? It's my favorite anime. Fuck off.